Hello, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to No Man's Sky. Now, this video is a look back at the Olunitog system, but this video has been delayed by a couple of weeks due to me being ill, but also the update that we've all had a chance to get to grips with, Origins. So I've had to split Olunitog into two parts. Firstly, there was also a new planet added to the system, which obviously I hadn't covered previously. But also the planets, they didn't change massively, but the fauna did. So it's a look back at how it was to what's new, but I haven't gone in depth onto the planets themselves that much. But I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a little bit different to how I used to do it. I'm trying a different way of doing it. Thank you to everyone for all the support so far. It's very much appreciated. And I hope you enjoy. So the first planet we're going to look at is Avokam Hijo. So this is the old type of planet before the update. Not much changed, to be fair. As you can see, it was a heated planet. This is a starter planet. That's where everything all started for us on this journey. Quite red, but yeah, it wasn't much different in the update either. We'll have a quick look at the actual planet information, but there was no differences. The only thing I will say is the planet itself seemed a lot more vibrant. But the planet information is exactly the same, the resources was the same. The only difference was the fauna that changed. All the fauna that was there previously is now extinct, and we have some new fauna which we're going to look at. But first we're just going to have a quick look at how the planet looks now, and you should see what I mean by vibrant. The colours, it's still red, but everything just, I don't know, for me it just seems more detailed, more in depth. The plants look a lot better. Some of the plants changed, but we'll start with the first bit of fauna. So we're going to have a look at the Megan hay. It's 66.3 kilograms in weight, 0.7 meters in height, and it's torched by the extreme solar heat. Megan hay survives on planet Avokam Hijo. Remarkably high endurance means they rarely stop moving, able to gaze endlessly as they migrate across the planet. Nocturnal tunnelers, they dig out elaborate tunnels in pursuit of nutritious tubers, and they have inverted organ sacs. So a little bit different. I can't think of anything it was similar to previously. Reminds of an antelope, to be fair. So next we're going to look at the Dumiobium. They're 81.5 kilograms in weight, 1.1 meters, and discovered on the sun-battered surface of planet Avokam Hijo. Their lives seem spent in constant anxiety. They're tense and fearful, even on a genetic level. Their blood is highly toxic to most predators, thanks to the oxide-rich diet. And they also have brain hemispheres that aren't linked. So there's the adult, and we also have a young, or baby, which I thought was quite cool. So next we have the Speltipium. They're 88.2 kilograms in weight, 1.7 meters in height. At home in the scorched landscapes of planet Avokam Hijo, flighty, busy creatures. They're always on the move, always foraging for the next meal. Drawn to sugar, they consume the small fruits that fall from local flora, and they bond with Viking. See, that's similar to one of the previous animals we had discovered, to be fair, but especially the bonding with Viking. Next we have Utavia. They're 108.9 kilograms, 1.8 meters in height. Found wandering the scorched plains of the planet Avokam Hijo, tense and easily startled, these creatures show a heightened sense of fear. They're alert to danger with every step. They snuffle for food with their noses dug into the dirt, flicking earth into their mouths with long spiked tongues. Nutrient sources presumed to be soil-bound microorganisms, and they grow their lungs after birth. Now the one thing about these I will say that I thought was quite cool is a little light just on the top of the head on the little antennae. That little detail I thought was quite cool. Next we're looking at a flying species, the beach Spaladius. 88.9 kilograms in weight, 1 meter in height. At home in the burning air of planet Avokam Hijo, nervous on the wing, they wheel and turn in endless loops, hoping to throw off any predators that might attempt to track them. Gut analysis reveals their diet consists primarily of vast numbers of partially rotted nuts, and they also have weak lungs. And then we've got one more animal to look at. And the animal is Indiribagium. They're 81.7 kilograms in weight, 1.4 meters in height. They were first recorded on planet Avokam Hijo. Surviving despite extreme temperature, an efficient hunter with high energy reserves deters other predators with untiring aggression. Clean, fastidious eaters, they butcher the corpses of their prey, preparing each chunk of flesh on some instinctive schedule. They appear to reserve the hearts of their prey for consumption only during specific lunar phases, and they have calcified claws. An underground animal, so we had mostly ground, one flying, and everything else was underground. Kind of mole looking, to be fair. But then with the feet are quite weird. They remind me of frog's feet. So next planet, Unica Sigma. This was the old planet reference. This, if you remember, or go back and watch the video, it was an unusual planet. It had a couple of anomalies on them. But I struggle to say the word. And then we're just going to see a little bit of footage of the planet and what it was like. This is from our base through the window. You can see the anomaly just down there as well. Just step to the edge and you should be able to see it all. Although this was taken at night, to be fair. The fins were quite cool. And then we'll have a look at what's changed. And there are a couple of changes on this planet that were quite interesting. So, compared to the old one, the flora is now from elsewhere, and the fauna is now classed as lost. This planet previously only had one species of animal. This now has two, which was a little bit interesting. And the first animal we're going to look at is very similar to one previously on this planet. It's the Nanodeus, which you'll see after we've actually looked around the planet. So the only difference in the planet itself was, again, more vibrant. I couldn't say more colourful because it's not a colourful planet, but things just seemed in more detail. And the cloud formations are really nice as well. So, what I was speaking about before the animal, so Nanodeus, we saw these partially previously. Again, they're basically the same. They're 59.4 kilograms in weight, 0.9 meters in height, so they were smaller previously. They're encountered roaming the fractured landscapes of planet Unica Sigma. Without a centralized nervous system, these are creatures of pure instinct, pure reaction. Voracious feeders, they consume several times their own body weight in vegetable matter every day, and they were born on meteors. Kind of makes sense. But yeah, very, very similar to the previous animal we had seen. So the next one, this wasn't here before. It's a Bombanolinearia. They're 94.6 kilograms in weight, 1 meters in height. Encountered roaming the fractured landscapes of planet Unica Sigma. Highly intelligent, their brains are swollen, large, out of all proportion to their body. Always hungry, they seek out and consume the nitrous oxide that grows freely across this world, and they're occasionally invisible. Cross between a bird and a bat. Kind of a bee tail. I don't know. Different, a bit different. So next we're going to look at Ehrapian Tau. This is the old planet. And again there was a couple of changes. This is what the planet previously looked like. So toxic planet. And then we shall have a look at what's changed. So we are. So the difference again this time was flora. It's gone to few, and fauna changed to frequent. They were the differences before, from before. Everything else stayed the same. Again, definitely more vibrant, and the animals were completely different to previous. We previously had a dinosaur type, and that's no longer there. So the first thing we're going to look at is Boiler Risset. 126.5 kilograms in weight, 2.2 meters in height. Encountered on planet Ehrapian Tau, where they navigate caustic ground and choke in acid rain. Bumbling and inattentive, they frequently find themselves trapped by both geological hazards and local predators. Their diet is varied, but they will gorge upon fungal cluster at any opportunity. They never blink. Quite an interesting flying animal. You kind of look at them and think, there's no way them wings can hold that kind of weight up in the air. They do manage to. Next, we're going to have a look at Oxygunipica. 113 kilograms in weight, 2.5 meters in height. Encountered on planet Ehrapian Tau, where they thrive in the chokingly toxic atmosphere, drawn by magnetic forces on long journeys across the planet. Their lives are spent in constant motion. Their tongues are hairy and thick, allowing them to happily chew upon all but the most venomous of leaves, and they have an excellent sense of smell. It's a mole, isn't it? That's what straight away, first thing I thought when I saw one, is it's a mole. Apart from, I suppose it could be an armadillo. It's either a mole or an armadillo. It's got an armadillo shell. That's what it reminds me of. They're kind of interesting because they scurry along the ground, and you can see the dirt coming up alongside them, which was quite cool. I kind of just wanted to see it bury itself into the ground though. That would have been cool as well. Okay, so the next one was Arachnosaurium, 81.2 kilograms in weight, 1.1 meters in height, highly adapted to ferocious toxicity of its home planet, Ehrapian Tau. Possessed of a tremendous natural strength, they fear no other creature that walks upon this world. Highly specialized digestive systems allows them to eat the fungal cluster that grow on their home planet, but they have a tiny brain. So this one is a bomb zititatica, 37.9 kilograms in weight, 0.8 meters in height, and they're recorded in the poisonous rain and toxic air of planet Ehrapian Tau. Collaborative herd animals, they work together to spot incoming predators, hundreds of eyes scanning the horizon in unison. They snuffle for food with their noses digging into the dirt, flicking earth into their mouths with long spiked tongues, nutrient sources presumed to be soil-bound microorganisms, and they have both gills and lungs. Kind of reminded me of deer to a degree, especially as they like to hang around in herds. So that was a young, and this is an adult. So it's the same species, it's just slightly different in look. And then we're going to move on to the Wineclinium, 70.7 kilograms in weight, 0.7 meters in height. They're encountered on planet Ehrapian Tau, where they thrive in the chokingly toxic atmosphere. Gentle animals at heart, they wish only to be left in peace to roam. Their diet is largely conventional, consists largely of local flora. The scent of nip-nip drives them into a frenzy, and they'll gorge upon its buds. They also have 2 livers. So this is also the same animal. This is still Wineclinium, slightly different in look, but it is the exact same species. I like the detail in the wing on its back, how you can see the holes in it. Next we're looking at the Cirrifessima. They're 143.9 kilograms in weight, 2.5 meters in height. Encountered on planet Ehrapian Tau, where they thrive in the chokingly toxic atmosphere. Tense and easily startled, these creatures are a heightened sense of fear. They are alert to danger with every step. They root through the undergrowth in search of food, chewing at the heads of ripe grasses. And strangely, they're ticklish. I don't know who decided to go and tickle one just to find out. It's not something I would have thought of doing myself, to be fair. So this is the Cobdiobe, 53.7 kilograms in weight, 0.9 meters in height. Encountered on planet Ehrapian Tau, where they thrive in the chokingly toxic atmosphere. Once secure in a territory, they appear to tend to a local plant life, bolstering their own food supply. Though they have mouths, it seems their primary nutrient intake via their skin, in a form of atmospheric mineral absorption, and they make art with sticks. So that's a young, and we're also going to have an adult, pretty similar. They do look like they fly because they have the little wings on the back. I didn't actually ever see one fly. But next up we do have a flying animal. We have the Radio Budo, 64.4 kilograms, 1.5 meters in height. Highly adapted to the ferocious toxicity of its home planet Ehrapian Tau, these cautious flies only take to the open sky when it's unavoidable, preferring to hug the terrain and flit between the cover of bushes and trees. Their diet is largely conventional, consisting largely of local flora, but the scent of the nip-nip drives them to frenzy. They will gorge upon its buds. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? They also drink blood. And then we also have a bloach remo, 110.1 kilograms in weight, 2 meters in height. Recording the poisonous rain and toxic air of planet Ehrapian Tau, an accomplished hunter, this creature attacks effortlessly, almost lazily. Unsophisticated and unrestrained carnivores, they feast upon the raw flesh of their fallen prey, but they have no stomach. And last but not least, we have the Mantiquisoseum, 187.2 kilograms in weight, 3.6 meters in height, which I'm assuming means length. Thrives on planet Ehrapian Tau despite the constant acid rain. Inexhaustible, their wings never stop flapping. Their flight around the planet is never ending. Spore analysis reveals a high fibre diet. Primary nutrient source appears to be excavated plant roots, and they inflate when stressed. Again, very similar to a previous animal. We had a couple of types of flying worm type animals previously on this planet, and I couldn't get close enough to get a decent shot, as you can probably tell. Right, thank you for watching this look back at the Olunitog system, part 1. Part 2 will be coming next week. I'm changing the day these episodes air. It was previously a Saturday. I'm now going to move to a Sunday at 8 PM. I'm going to try and get back to doing once a week. Hopefully have no more issues. Update allowing, obviously. I'm also, for the next episode, going to try something slightly different. I'd like to know people's opinions on how the live footage or the stills are better. So any comments would be much appreciated. Once again, if you did like the video, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next Sunday. I nearly got it wrong myself. Next Sunday. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.